The se- oh, Haribol. Yeah. Um, Thank you so much for joining. Extremely sorry, for starting a little late. So we'll quickly go, and I'm not going to start again from the beginning, but we will just see what was the last thing, the last few minutes. We recap on Prahlad and Hanumanji's. So Narada Muni goes to Prahlad and he'll glorify Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj will say, "Oh my dear Guru Maharaj, I'm a just child, right? And how can I understand the sublime signs of this devotion?" Yes, agree. I understand that Lord Narsimhadev, he protected me by his causeless mercy, and because I remembered, I always used to remember, but Lord disappeared uh, so quickly, and I couldn't serve the Lord. I mean, I just lost the chance to serve him. I couldn't serve him at all. So then he says, you please reconsider, um, Hanumanji, because smaranam is like, it's just a mind game, right? But the conscious, so, today morning darshan, Gaurang Darshan Prabhu was saying that Krishna consciousness means it's a serving. So uh, who actually really served Lord is Lord Rama, is Hanumanji. So Hanumanji is the greatest recipient of Krishna's mercy. So he started diverting, and we saw how he glorified Lord Rama. How he glorified Hanumanji in Rama's service. He carried Rama's ring to Mother Sita Devi, and then he crossed the ocean. He consoled Sita Devi by showing this ring, and narrated. Glorified Lord Rama. First, Sita Devi couldn't trust. Maybe this is another trick of Ravana. But when she saw this ring, she recognized, and then she also, cried out and told her situation, and she requested Hanumanji to bring. To take the message to Lord Rama, and then bring Rama back here to fight with Lord Ravan. And how we saw, he burned the Lanka, he destroyed Ravana's fort, basically to see what is, the depth and the details of Ravana's army and everything. And when he returned back, when Hanumanji returned back, uh, you know, uh, with the message that he found Sita Devi, and Ram didn't had anything, and he said, Hanumanji, I don't have anything in return to give you for for such good news that you gave, that you found Mother Sita, and he simply says, I can only give myself, and then he embraces Hanumanji, and then he says, you are my devotee. That is what we all strive for, right? And Krishna accepting us. So here Lord at Ramji, he accepted Hanumanji, and he says that, you are my devotee. And then we saw how he carried the Gandhamadan mountain to save Lakshman, and he led the bridge construction, that is Setu Bandhan, that 1,000 yojanas wide and 800 yojanas long. And finally, Prahlad is saying that Hanumanji is the one who united Ram and Sita. So hearing this, Narada became very jubilant. He became so ecstatic. He started, going to where Hanumanji is there. So where does Hanumanji say stays? He is there in the Kimpurusha Loka. So just 1 second, the thought of Narada Muni thinking, he went to this Kimpurusha Loka and he saw, what did he witness? He saw Hanumanji worshipping the deity form of Lord Ramachandra. It was not Lord Ramachandra, but the details is mentioned here. Like when we worship the deity, we see in a deity form, but here Hanumanji is serving with the same attention as if Lord Rama is there, directly present there, like so seriously and with so much of affection. He's serving, and while he is serving, he saw that he's dancing, he's glorifying, he's chanting the Lord Rama's name. And also when this when he sees that when the Gandharvas, when they are reciting Valmiki Ramayana, Hanuman became a jubilant, and he went there, and he got absorbed in that transcendental bliss. So seeing all this, Narada Muni became overwhelmed, and he started dancing in the sky, and he started chanting, means calling out the Lord Rama's name as Jai Raghunatha, Jai Raghunandan, Jai Janaki Kanta. You know, he started glorifying, and um, when there's that glorification of Lord Rama is going, suddenly Hanumanji saw, where is this sound coming? And he saw in the sky, Narada is glorifying this. Narada is chanting Rama's name. So immediately he jumped up to the sky, and then he embraced Narada Muni. And it is given that they both became so happy. They embraced, and they danced together. They chanted, and they were like, they were crying it, and that cry is not our tears or something. It was like out of love, out of um, ecstatic, and their body was shivering. And then Narada Muni couldn't hold, and he said, Hanumanji, you are the dearest devotee of the Lord, and you are the greatest recipient of Krishna's mercy. um, all this was going on, and when suddenly Nard Muni started saying this, Hanumanji became very quiet, and he became grave and sober, and he said, he just he just bowed down at the lotus feet of Narada Muni. And then again Narada Muni glorified him. He said, you are the recipient of Lord's mercy. Hanumanji, simply he took him to the temple, that is where the deity, because they were up, right? So he took him, and he wanted to worship. Hanumanji wanted to worship Narada Muni, but Narada Muni didn't allow him, and he started playing, his veena, and he started glorifying Hanumanji now. And he said that nowhere, or in anywhere in this creation of this universe, that we see someone like you who has received a greater mercy of the Lord, uh, than anybody like you, because you serve the Lord. And he started saying that you are the ocean of ecstatic bliss, and your happiness is newer for every offer you make to the Lord, and you do anything to the Lord, and you accept any position, position in the sense, any role, like a servant, like his friend, his carrier, and his even his seating place, the canopy, the fan, your umbrella, and also your, like, a best um, Muni is going on glorifying, saying, hear about your loving service to Ram. actually their bhakti increases, their bliss increases. Bhakti in the sense, when any devotional service we are doing, the happiness increases, right? So here Narada Muni is highlighting that. Uh, uh, yeah, and your devotion is so absolute and so pure. Actually, you don't desire anything in this world, although you are so great. In fact, when you visited Sri Lanka, you didn't take anything. You're like, um, there were so many gold wealth and etc., but then you didn't desire anything. You just wanted to find Sita. You're so humble, and you're so absorbed in loving service of Lord Rama. And yeah, so Ramchandra was Chandra was also so pleased with his service. And when he asked you to take any benediction from him, any boon from him, you simply said, "Oh my Lord." With I mean, this is mentioned. It is mentioned that with the folded hands he prayed, "My Lord, I do not want mukti, that is liberation, because um, because in that state I may forget I am you are my master and I'm your eternal servant. So I don't want that any boon or any benediction from you." So hearing this, Narada Muni started glorifying, and hearing this, Hanumanji became he started crying. Why? Because this reminded his master Ram in his separation, and he said, "I'm actually burning with the separation of Lord Rama." And you are what are you saying to this wretched person? uh, um, why do you say that, and why do you make me cry, reminding my separation, my separation? And if I was really a true true his servant, and if I'm the recipient of his mercy, then why he took all his associates, Sugriva, all the Vanaras, residents of Ayodhya, back home, back to Vaikunta, and why did he leave me alone here? So he's asking this question, and first he felt that little separation, saying, because when he said that, that reminded of his master Lord Ram, and then he's like, that is not true. He's crying out of separation. He's saying, and he's praying in a deep in his art. He's saying, "I want Sri Ramji to descend again so that he can engage me in his service. I'm actually alone now, and in this material world, I'm alone. My master is there, enjoying with all his associates there, and yes, I had very good fortune to serve him for some time." Underline this. He's telling for some time. Can anybody say what is that some time? How long was that some time? Is it minutes, years, and how many years? How many years Lord Hanumanji served Rama? We saw in the previous slide. Can anybody guess? Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. 11,000 years. Can you all hear me, Matajis?
Yes, Mataji, I guess
Yes, yes, Mataji.
10,000
Yes.
Okay.
years. 10,000 years, I guess.
11,000 years. 11,000 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm unable to see you all. I'm just going into the PPT and then going. So please forgive me. So he says that I'm serving. I serve. I mean, yes, I did serve, but it was only for some time. But Lord left me, And again, I'm actually drowning in this ocean of separation from my Lord. Then they're saying, actually, I'm praying for him to come again, so that I can carry out his order. Then he says, whom does he refer? Did I say that? Okay, it's there on the top already. So yeah, I'll start referring to Pandavas. Uh, in 1 second. Yeah. So he'll say the true recipient of Krishna's mercy are Pandavas. And then why he will say now Hanumanji is now started glorifying the Pandavas and their that unique the fortune of the Pandavas. First thing he says that um, he Lord living in Mathurapuri, he has descended to give his most all attractive association to the Pandavas. One is the first is the association, and he never leaves Pandavas, and they are the truly recipients of Krishna's mercy. In fact, I cannot even compare. So Maharaj here says that it's like Hanumanji is comparing himself to like a mosquito and with a Mount Sumeru. Like Pandavas are like a Mount Sumeru. So yeah, and he says if you really want to go, you should go to Astinapur and see how the Pandavas are. Uh, yeah, and you will get to know like they are the true recipients of Krishna's mercy. And then he goes on and he says that whatever the calamities after calamities that Pandavas faced, they are all only to glorify the purity of their devotion. And next thing he says, the contrast of the service, he says, I am servant of Lord Rama. I'm serving my Lord, right? Whereas Krishna, he became the servant of the Pandavas. So the contrast is here. Hanumanji is serving the Lord, and over there, Krishna is serving the Pandavas, his devotees. Sometimes Hanumanji says, I give advice to Ram, but Krishna is the advisor of Maharaj Yudhishthir, and he served as a messenger, he served as a charioteer, he was an attendant, he was a watchman. And he says in one pastime when there was a procession with Maharaj Yudhishthira, so Maharaj Yudhishthira was going on in the palanquin, and King Krishna was like walking uh, behind that chariot, following Yudhishthira, glorifying Yudhishthira Maharaj. So it's here Hanumanji is like glorifying every detail of it. And another pastime, I'm sure you all might have heard about this, when Maharaj Yudhishthira, when he was performing this Rajasuya Yagna. This was the initial the first day when Krishna he accepted that role. What was the role he accepted? What was the role he accepted? Can anybody say? Are you all saying? I'm not able to hear you. He accepted the role of washing the feet of every single guest who came on behalf of for this behalf of Yudhishthira for
Rajasuya
Rajasuya.
Yagam. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, just imagine, I mean, what kind of uh, role if if we don't get any role that is like visible, we get very morose. uh, but here Krishna has taken the role, washing every guest, every person's feet. uh, feet of every single.
Pada Prakshalana. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, yes. And he continues, Hanumanji says, the love of Lord for his devotees and how he becomes subordinate to that love is actually a greatest mystery, and a most ecstatic of all subject matters. And then he'll go on. We saw this how he became a messenger, charioteer, attendant, all this, and then the next couple of things are little detail, and I couldn't capture everything in this PPT. Sorry about that. So the next thing that he says, just to glorify Arjuna, what did he do? He fought against Bhishma Dev in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and in fact, when Bhishma Dev, when he were and others, they were shooting the arrows to the body of Krishna. Lord Krishna was bleeding, and he was bleeding and taking that as just to glorify his devotees. And Krishna broke his own promise to show his love and mercy to Pandavas. Uh, and Hanumanji is saying, what Krishna did not do for Pandavas. He's questioning. What did he not do for Pandavas? So hearing this, Narada Muni, he became very ecstatic and he started dancing. And Hanumanji, continued. Here, Sanatana Goswami explains that, when somebody is talking, and let us say, talking, and then, if somebody all started dancing and all, then, it's kind of an interruption, right? But here, for Hanumanji, it was not an interruption. It was like, making him to say more and more. So with so much more greater enthusiastic, he started crying out and telling that, all the calamities that Krishna sent to Pandavas was all very auspicious. When we get the problems, when we get any calamities, we see that this is inauspicious. This is a bad thing happened, right? But here, uh, he's glorifying that was all auspicious. Why? Because that is where they were able to think of Krishna. That is where Krishna came to them and gave his purest association, purest is personal time. And in fact, he mentioned, I descend personally. I come, to save my devotees, and these devotees are like, Pandavas. So then, Hanumanji is further. He's saying, "Oh Pandavas, your love subdued Krishna. You engaged my worshipable Lord as a messenger, charioteer, and breaking all the principles of etiquette. That is what we discussed. So I'm just the servant, and I observe every bit of etiquette when I'm in relations with the Lord. But Lord loves you so much that you ordered him to serve him. So and he becomes also more ecstatic to serve, and then he accepts service to him. That's your love. So Hanumanji became very happy, and he was jumping higher and higher. I mean, that's his nature, right? As a monkey god. So he was jumping, and then same way, even Narada Muni was dancing with his veena. Then he continues, says, I take the shelter of at your lotus feet, O Krishna, O Master. You have conquered by the affection covered by the devotee, and you attract their hearts. So now he'll glorify Bhima. He says, Bhima is better devotee than me. Hanumanji is saying, and he's so fortunate that uh, that he is my younger brother. And Krishna, you married your sister Subhadra to Arjuna, and so fortunate that I'm a flag uh, which flaps over the chariot of Arjuna. So in the Kurukshetra, Arjuna had a flag in that. Hanuman was there. So Hanuman is, remembering that and uh, glorifying that, Arjun, that I was a flag and I was so blissful being there. Uh, and then, Hanuman is saying, let us go immediately, Narada Muni, let's go to Hastinapura. And then we both go there and, let's glorify them personally. So Narada Muni also says, yes, 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 let's go. Very enthusiastically, he says, yeah, let us go there. Then immediately, Hanumanji says, the sweetness of Krishna Leela bewilders even Brahma. What to speak of other great rishis, sages, and all, and what can be said of this monkey like me? So actually, I'm very afraid to meet Krishna directly because his pastimes are very deep and very sweet and so mysterious. I may commit some offense, so I better stay here. So Narada Muni, you go to Pandavas in Hastinapura because my heart is very much attracted to that son of Dasharatha and Kausalya, Sri Ram, and I'll stay back here. And actually, he says that if I hear Krishna Leela, if I go there and hear and see, and then if I hear more of Krishna Leela, it actually increases my love to Sri Ram. And then that also, like, gives me a separation that increases my separation of Lord Ram. So I'll better stay here and absorbed in Ram's service, that is that deity service, and I'll wait for my Lord. So any day, if ever, if that day comes, if he comes thinking of me, I should be in the Kimpurusha Loka. I should stay here. If I go there, and if Lord coming comes here and then looking for me, and if I'm not there, I miss the opportunity to serve him. So I'll better wait for his darshan. I'll better wait for his, to serve him, to again serve him. It's not serve him, I'm to serve him again. He says, you please go. You please go alone. So now this shows that Hanumanji's love is so ideal and example of chastity, of exclusive worship, and on Ishtadeva, on his Ishtadeva. Who is Ishtadeva? His Ishtadeva is Sri Ram. So there's one pastime it is shared that Sanatana Goswami explains. One time when Krishna he was in Dwarka, so he asked Garuda, go to Hanumanji and the Kimpurusha Loka and tell him that I want to meet him. Whom does he want? Krishna wants to meet Hanumanji and ask him to come immediately. Mm. So Garuda, as a servant of Lord Krishna, immediately goes to Kimpurusha and he says, Lord Krishna, the Dwarkadish, uh, he want to meet you, Hanumanji. So please come with me. Actually, Hanumanji, he is so absorbed in meditation, in the service of Lord Ram, he just ignores Garuda. And Garuda, he will ask, hey, Lord Dwarkadish is asking, and he wants to meet you, so you please come with me. So he doesn't pay much attention. Now Garuda feels that it's a big aprad, if Hanumanji doesn't come. So what he does, he grabs Hanumanji and he wanted to take him by grabbing him, and he wanted to take. Then immediately Hanumanji with his tail, he'll he'll flip his tail against this Garuda, and then um, with that, just that touch of that tail of Hanumanji, Garuda will fall so far, and he will be. Where does he fall? He'll fall in front of Krishna in Dwaraka. And is very ashamed of his situation. He'll get up and he will tell the whole story, uh, to Krishna. And now Krishna says, "Now go again." Now go again with a different message. What is that message? Now you tell him that his beloved Lord Ram is waiting for him in Dwarka. So now again, Garuda, if at all, if we are, then we would say, I don't want to go, I don't want to get embarrassed, right? But here, Garuda is like, yes, again with so much of enthusiastic, he goes back to Hanumanji, and this time he says, Hanumanji, please start, because Ramchandra is there in Dwarka, and he wants to see you. Immediately he heard the word Ramachandra. Hanumanji left, and he went faster than Garuda. And he had already reached, by the time Garuda reached Dwaraka, Hanumanji was there, and he was offering obeisances to Lord Ram. And now he was offering obeisances to Krishna, but Krishna had actually transformed himself to a beautiful Lord Rama, and Balramji as Lakshman, and Rukmini Devi as a Sita. He was like, even Satyabhama was there, but then Satyabhama didn't want to, and she just leaves that place, so she won't be there. So all are transformed to his Ishtadeva, Sita, Ramji, Sita Devi, and Lakshman. So, Lord, I mean, Hanumanji is so happy, and then Garuda is like, surprised to see. Why Lord Rama, why Lord Krishna did this? He with this pastime, he wanted to show and glorify Hanumanji and his chastity of his love for Lord Rama. Similar thing happened in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anybody could think of it? Couple of times, Maharaj, and then most of the senior devotees keep narrating this. Anybody wants to say in Chaitanya Charitamrita? No problem. So Hanumanji, he had descended as Murari Gupta. So Murari Gupta, he was staunch devotee of Sri Ram. And one day Mahaprabhu, he tells him, like, the sweetness of the confidential nectar of Krishna's pastimes, and says that Krishna is the supreme of all the incarnations, and he is the original supreme personality of Godhead, and he enjoys all the pastimes. So you should take the name of Lord Krishna, not Rama. So he says, from today onwards, you start taking the um, chanting the name of Lord Krishna instead of Ram. So next day, Murari Gupta, he comes and he appeals, and he says, "My Lord, please give me your blessing. What blessing you need?" Mahaprabhu asks. He says, "I want to take away my life." And Mahaprabhu was surprised, and he asked, "Why? Um, why do you want to take away your life?" So Murari Gupta says, "You gave me an order to take the, you explained, and the supremacy of Lord Krishna, everything, and you asked me to take Krishna's name, but I tried my best. And whenever I take the Krishna's name, and whenever I want to worship, I'm getting, I'm crying, and I'm getting only Lord Rama's name. I'm not getting Krishna's name in my mouth. Only Rama's name is coming out of my mouth. Uh, and that means I'm ignoring your instruction. I'm not following your instruction. So I'm so attached, at the lotus feet of Lord Ram. So you please give me a, uh, take away my life, like that. Murari Gupta is praying, is crying. Um so this actually shows that, how much is attached to the lotus feet of Lord Rama. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately he embraced Murari Gupta, and he said, you are actually Hanuman, and your love is so pure and chaste. So here, it is, Maharaj says that blessed is that servant who never gives up the lotus feet of his master, and blessed is that master who drags the servant back when servant wants to leave. So this is like a beautiful point, that both servant and the master relationship. Servant also should not give up his master, and then master also is like, when the servant is like, he wants to leave, he'll drag. um, that's the position of our spiritual master. So yeah, so Hanumanji is, he says, I'll stay back, chanting, and I'll be waiting for my Ram. So you please go. And he'll give a warning. He'll say, um, Narad Muni, you and me, we both are brahmacharis, we are celebrates. So when you go there, when you see the Pandavas, don't let your intelligence covered by the illusion that they are mere householders, and, like, engaged in political affairs. Don't let your intelligence covered with the illusion, but remember that Maharaj Yudhishthir, the king of the world, the whole world, he offered his entire kingdom to Lord Krishna. Mm, so again he becomes humble, and he says, what a monkey like me can glorify and say the glorify of such devotees, like, Pandavas. You know the best. So you please now go to Hastinapura and meet Pandavas. Now Narada Muni, he goes to meet Pandavas. And there, when he goes, and when he see Pandavas, what are they doing? They're, yeah, yeah. First, when he goes, he sees that Yudhishthira is like, yeah, Narada, Pandavas, actually wants to worship Narada Muni, but instead Narada Muni take that all the puja items, and he'll start uh, worshipping all the Pandavas and all his friends and his servants, everyone, because Narada Muni says that, Pandavas are the most fortunate associates, and they are the best recipients. So when he goes there, Pandavas, especially Yudhishthira, and all the family members, ministers, friends, all these people are discussing something. What are they discussing? That subject matter is how to bring Krishna back to Astinapura, because when they had problems, when they had calamities, when they had problems one after another, Krishna was there with them. Now when everything, when they got back the kingdom, and Yudhishthira became king. Now after some time, Krishna left, right? So now he's like, they're happy, and I don't have any business to do. So he goes back. he goes back to Dwarka. Yeah, he goes back to Dwarka. So now all these ministers are discussing with the king is discussing with ministers and friends how to bring back Krishna, what sacrifices or what ignas they should do, or what kind of worship they should do to bring back Krishna. That is when actually they'll see Narada Muni, and they try to worship him. And Narada Muni actually takes that back, and then he'll worship. And now he says, "You, you all are the uh, greatest recipient of Krishna's mercy." Mm, and the most fortunate persons in the earth. And Krishna is so dear friend, so dear friend. He has mm, he has become your spiritual master. He was a cousin. He's a messenger for you. He's a charioteer. All this, the relationships that he's saying. It's not just one relationship like master and a servant, or with Prahlad, like a devotee and a god, and then a Brahma son and a father. It's like all relationships Pandavas, um, uh, experienced it, right? So even then they're saying that even Lord Brahma, Shiva, even the great sages, rishis, demigods, it's for all these demigods also, it's so difficult to realize. um, and then, but you all have received and achieved that great blessings. And further, here Narada Muni saying Krishna, he expanded. He is an expansion of Narsimha Dev, Vamana Dev, all the avatars, and then Ramachandra, Kurma, Matsya, Varaha. Uh, they are all planary portions of positions of the original personality of Godhead of Krishna. And when Lord Brahma approached Lord Krishna, because there was a burden and calamities, he went to the ocean of mercy and prayed for all living beings. Brahma did that, right? Prayers, right? So he is remembering and glorifying that great Krishna, who is the supreme. He was your friend, like that. And then he remembers that one pastime where in Gokul, when Gargamuni comes for the naming ceremony, and when he looks at the looks at Krishna, he understands and he'll reveal, who Krishna is, who really this Krishna is. He is the source of Narayana and all incarnations, and he's the master of Vaikuntha, and he's so merciful. And he says, Narada Muni is saying he's so merciful that not only, I mean, in any incarnation, he has only killed. But here, in Krishna's avatar incarnation, when he came as in Krishna, not incarnation, when he came as Lord Krishna, he not only killed demons, but he gave them liberation. And not just that, even all the Rakshasas or Rakshasis, they were very envious, they were very abominable. But he gave the status as the internal associates in the spiritual world. So then is recalling that in the Kurukshetra, when there was a solar eclipse, all Vishwamitra Muni, Vasishta Muni, and Gautama Muni, they all approached Krishna, and they begged. What did they beg? We have so much of knowledge. We have so much of knowledge. We have acquired all this through our tapasya, but we are begging for your please grant us this pure devotional service. Uh, Let us become your devotees. We don't want anything else. So please give that benediction. And Krishna very happily he gave them benediction of pure bhakti. And then Narada Muni is next glorifying that even in Vrindavan, the plants, these trees, all these are like what? They are all immovable objects, right? Uh, when we see, we don't see them like a living thing. It's at least I see it's like, it's like immovable and non-living thing. After all, like, we take that, eat and everything, or uh, we pinch, we break, all this, right? But out of your mercy, they travel to other places, and it happens only because of your presence, only because of your mercy. So is glorifying that even the immovable things like trees, creepers and all are moving, are traveling, is only because of your mercy. Next, it's like Narada is now kind of glorifying, remembering every pastime of Krishna. Why? He's saying Krishna's position is so high, so supreme, and we can see from each of these pastimes, many pastimes are there, but he's listing out few, and then that great personality, that supreme lord, was serving you all. Not taking the service, but serving you all. And this is Krishna's beauty. It cannot be described. And in fact, he was hiding. Kamsa was hiding against Krishna. And what mercy Krishna gave to Kamsa? When Kamsa was dying, he kept his lotus feet on his chest, and seeing the beautiful moon face before his eyes, Kamsa left his body. Uh, who left? One great devotee left his body, his material body. Similar to this, when Krishna kept his, he requested that I want to leave my body. Of course, two things will come, but I'm asking who asked, who Krishna kept his chest. Krishna kept his lotus feet on that devotee's chest. Who is that? Can anybody guess? I'll give a clue. It's not from Mahabharata. It's Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Chaitanya Charitamrita. Any guess, Mataji's? He is our Nama Charya Srila Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur ki jai. Yes. Yeah. So and then this, then he's remembering this Chandura and Mushtika. These Rakshasas, they were terrible. They were very strong, restless, and their aim was to break and kill Krishna and Balram. But what did Krishna and Balram did? They were so sweetly, with us so much love. They were fighting, and they were embracing. When the wrestlers are embracing, or how do they embrace? Like, holding each other, right? Like that, as if they were embracing gopas. Narada Muni is saying, Krishna, he embraced all this Rakshasas, who came to kill him, as if, like, he is embracing gopas. So that kind of a mercy he gave. Mm, to these people, and he even performed the last rites for their funeral. So no other incarnations, no other lords, no other places where you could see this Lord's mercy like this to demons. Forget about the devotees, though he will always show mercy, but he has shown mercy to even the demons. And then he also remembers the Jarasandha, and how he, when Bhima doesn't hesitate to kill, or and then Krishna goes, and then he also glorifies that he is a true patriot and servant of Brahminical culture. Uh, and he'll remember Putana. She came in a disguise as a beautiful woman, as if like a mother, a beautiful lady with a poison. Just her intention was to kill Krishna, but Lord was so merciful. He elevated her to the spiritual world, and he gave the position to her as a nurse, and a personal mother. Mm, yeah, I'll give two, three more pastimes, Mataji, and then I'll stop. Then he is now thinking about the pastimes of Kalia. Krishna, he danced on him, and on every wood with the same lotus feet, which takes millions of tapasya even to get a glimpse of it. For the great, even great acharyas um, beg for the speck of a grain, from the dust of his lotus feet, even to have a darshan of that lotus feet. But what did Krishna did? He danced on every wood, and in every wood of Kalia, the imprints were there. Krishna's lotus feet imprints was there. Then the Arjuna trees, twin Arjuna trees, they got to see all the beautiful, child pastimes of Krishna in the courtyard of Nand Maharaj. Mm. Then there, how he entered Agasura mouth to bless him. That he is remembering, and yeah. So Narada is like taking us glorifying Krishna, and one after another pastimes. And in the next thing, he'll say he actually wanted to punish gopis by separating himself from them. It served memorable increase the ecstasy of their love. So now Narada Muni is saying, glorifying his own tongue, and he's saying, glorify more, glorify, go ahead, go on, glorify, because this tongue business, no, yeah, has to, it's like eat and then glorify, right? So that's what Srila Prabhupada also says. The tongue's business is only two things. One is what? Take the prasadam and then chant Harinam. So he's glorifying. Now he'll continue to glorify all the other Vaishnavas in the family, which we will see in the next week. It's already 5:10, and I'll stop here with all your permissions. And thank you so much, Matajis. Uh, uh, Really, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
And second, I'll just close this, otherwise, will not be able to see.